Good morning, class 7. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing fine, good, and taking care of yourselves. At the same time, respecting your parents, enjoying at home and studying and leading a disciplined life, isn't it? So, we are still not sure when school is going to open, what's going to happen. I am not sure yet because I am following the news. Let's see what happens. Let's hope for the best. And everything is going to be fine. Our job is to help you out, share with you, and rest is you also have to accept it and just study and be prepared. Hope for the best. Whatever will happen will be done. So if we are prepared for something, everything is going to be taken care of. So we are on English part today again, and we are at I Have a Dream by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Right? So we were on page 46. I had left you on the 29th. So I'll just read that part. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? The civil rights people are asking them, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our bodies, heavy with fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and hotels of the cities. Motels are place where you stay on the highway when you are traveling long distance by car. Hotels are in the cities. Motels are just for a rest place. You just might get food. Sometimes, yes, food you will get, obviously. There are restaurants and bathrooms are there. You get rooms, just not too much expensive, but just for halting for the night if you don't want to drive in the night and you want to drive again in the morning. So called motels. On the motor, for motor vehicles, motels. On the highway they are called motels. So when you're traveling by road, and when you're inside the city you get hotels. It's like type of a house type where you get much more facilities and much more better facilities. So blacks were not allowed to stay in motels and hotels in the cities. Police were also torturing them for no cause. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto. Ghetto is a locality where you are put into a small place. Well, okay, you all people stay there. This community is there. This is what you are the blacks. You will only stay. Blacks will stay here. You cannot come into the other places. That's a ghetto, colony type. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We need a larger place. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating for whites only. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. Righteousness is all correct things, the things, proper things, which is right. Justice should flow like water. Water is clear, isn't it? Clear water. It flows, it does not stop. For everybody, water is there. So that's why he is comparing justice to water, so that everyone should have the equal justice. That's what he is wanting to say. I am not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulations. Some of you have come fresh from narrow jail cells. And some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Redemptive, here in the chapter, redemptive means that which saves one from the power of evil. Redemption. Go back to Mississippi, go back to Alabama, go back to Louisiana, go back to the slums and ghettos of the northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends. He's saying, how can these things go on with this tribulation? We are not, our children are being stripped of their dignity, of their integrity. We don't have any position in the society. We are into small ghettos. We need bigger places. We should be able to go out. Children are not allowed into places. It said only whites only. Why aren't blacks children going? So how will they go? So today who you all have come, you must have come from narrow cells. You must have been released. You have already been in jails. The suffering which has gone of police torture, brutal torture, your quest for freedom has battered us, has broken down each and every person. Persecution without any reason or rhyme, we are being punished. We are not allowed for freedom, but the world is free, the country is free. Go back to Alabama, go back to Mississippi, go back to South Carolina, go back to Georgia, go back to Louisiana, go back to the slums and ghettos of the northern cities, knowing that somehow the situation can and will be changed. So these are the places where he's saying, these are all places where blacks have been put into small colonies. Go back there, see the condition and see someday this is going to change. Your suffering is redemption. The suffering which you have done for this, for your freedom is redemption. It's going to be paid off by freedom. Good things are going to come. Okay, so this is what he is trying to say in his speech. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, and so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out of the true meaning of its creed. Religious beliefs is called a creed. What are the beliefs of America? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at a table of brotherhood. I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they'll not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. Imagine this person, how he fought, and his speech is so powerful, and so it gives you that that inside Josh it brings into you, and he's telling his people that I have a dream. This is my dream. I have to fulfill it. By race, by caste, by culture, this also happened in India at some time. History repeats itself everywhere. What is the creed? In the religious books it is written, all man was made by one God and all are equal. So why is this happening in this society today? Why are we the people? One day the red hills of Georgia, I'll come back in the next video.